All right. Hopefully everyone has having a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Wanted to pop on here as usual Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm gonna get some tunes on here, and we'll get the show rolling. See if we can find some good stuff here. Sounds pretty good. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's see some ones in the chat. If everyone's feeling good, having a good weekend. Here we go. All right. We got a couple participants. Thank you guys so much. Just trying to get the hype back. Right. So Bitcoin obviously down here, just sitting on support, man. Not doing much of anything. Probably won't do much of anything until Tuesday when the equities markets are back to opening. We might see some altcoin price action, obviously, when the traditional markets are closed. What we're going to look at here tonight is literally what we normally look at, right? Everything. So we're going to look at Bitcoin, Ethereum. We're going to look at Tether. We're also going to look at Bitcoin dominance. I think it's important to have an idea about what the dominance is doing, right? Oh man, I just pulled this chart. It's just really funny how it's breaking right out of that structure there. Anyways, so Bitcoin, what's Bitcoin doing? Well, Bitcoin kind of just sitting in this range right here, but it does look like it does look interesting. We could maybe temporary bottoming here. A test up to the 21 EMA here around 30.7K definitely would not be out of the cards. Obviously a range break at around this 31.3 area. That would be a bullish case scenario. If we do break above that, we could see some upside, right? And I do want to go over the fact that, you know, we did have this death cross here that we did talk about back here in March, so let's get some hype for that. We were talking about how this was just a fake out up here. Remember, we were talking about some downside, right? We were talking about some downside, and it makes sense that we're kind of just sitting right down here at this area here for now. We are below all major moving averages here on the 3-day time scale. And oscillators right now are probably a bit oversold, right? So it would make sense for us to, yeah, I mean, we're sitting here on the 3-day chart. We're sitting right on 34 on the RSI. Bearish territory, right? Bearish territory. So, you know, but long term, you know, if we're looking at long term here for Bitcoin, we're below 45 on the RSI. So that's, you know, that's long term buy zone, right? I'm not saying this is the stone bottom, but I am saying that this is a temporary or local bottom for Bitcoin. As you can see, every single time we come down below 45 on the RSI, it happens to be some sort of bottom or some sort of low that we've made. Now, if you guys are part of the alert service, you guys know the three long-term buying rules that I do have, right? Below 45 on the RSI, below the weekly 21 exponential moving average, and below 21 in the stochastics, which is, we're meeting all three of these criteria right now. Obviously, we want to see the weekly kind of cross back up, right? So just like we did back here in January of 2022, although this is maybe not the best example, but we did get a move here back up, right? We got a move down here from 36K, and we moved back up to 48K, so roughly a 40% move, right? And so that would make a lot of sense if we do something like that. Obviously, if we scroll back in time some more, we can see back here, this was the COVID low, right? So we all know what happened during the COVID low. We bottomed out, and we made a pretty massive rally. But if you just follow these three simple rules: below 45 on the stochastic, or below 45 on the weekly RSI, below 20 on the weekly stochastic, and below the 21 exponential moving average, I will say long term, you know, you may not get the exact bottoms, but you're going to be at a nice place long term for long term accumulation. Okay, of course, this is not financial advice, guys. Just my own back tested strategy that I've been doing for long-term holding, okay? And obviously Bitcoin is one of those assets you probably should be holding long-term, all right? It is risky, it is volatile. Obviously only risk what you can afford to lose or put into this market, but If we do believe what we are betting on here, which is a more sound money than what we do currently use, then Bitcoin is probably here for the long term, and we can say maybe we can see this maybe this weekly momentum here could be maybe bottoming out for now, and we could be looking at some triple MACD bullish divergence here on the weekly timescale. Now, I'm not saying that this is the end. I'm not saying this is the bear market's over. I'm not saying any of that, because the stock market doesn't really look too good either. And so, but what I am saying is we could see a short-term rally. We are seeing maybe clues of that here happening on the daily time scale. The weekly chart not really showing us that detail just yet. Obviously, we've had how many weeks of downside here? We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks of red. It would make a lot of sense for us to have at least 1 week of green, right? I mean, how many weeks of red in a row do you think we're gonna see, guys? I mean, we'll see. Listen, man. It's still, we're in a downtrend, and these pennants usually break to the downside about 57% of the time. So there's still a pretty high probability that we could probably continue down, right? But there is a chance that we could see some upside because of all this selling pressure, and everyone's really bearish, right? So if we do get a move up, it would be probably to the top of the range and then maybe back down, right? So, you know, just something to grab liquidity up here to get to suck liquidity back into the market so they can short the market again, right? Something like that. Okay, it is. We are poising some sort of move like that. Could be happening, right? We're keep rejecting these lows below 28K. Keep rejecting it. If we close a monthly above 29, a candle body close above 29K, then I think we're gonna hold this range for a bit. Okay, I will say if we make a candle close below 29,000, I'm talking candle body close, we will probably see 19.5K. All right. It's really that simple. Like, we're talking about ranges here. So if we get a closure below 29K in the next couple days, we will see lower lows, okay? Will we see a move back up first? Sure, we could see a move back up first. Some of these songs are really bad here on Epidemic Sound. I apologize about that. So, but yeah, let's go through the motions here. Let's go through the Bitcoin cycle chart. I'm not really a fan of this music, but cycle charts saying maybe one more leg, maybe one more ish leg down here. We're talking about a move up to about 30, top of the range, 31.4, and then back down to 29 before a nice little rally up to about 40K. It's saying, which could be in store, right? If the stock market kind of gets its reflexive rally, then we could be doing that, right? But ultimately, we're talking about sideways price action, not really too much happening for the next 6 months, or 5 months rather, and then we're looking for that capitulation event, right? Again, long-term, these are long-term areas to be accumulating, right? When the price isn't going up, this is when you want to be accumulating. You want to be accumulating when the price is sideways and or going down. So we'll see some of that price action here going into June. This may do something like this. It may not do something exactly like this, but something like this. The Nupal chart, you can see we've started to enter this orange zone, right? The orange zone is the beginning of the accumulation zone. When we start to turn pink, that's when we start capitulating, and that's when you really want to be dollar cost averaging into the market. Okay, not financial advice, just something that we've been looking at here for quite some time on the channel. And then of course the fear and greed index, anything below 10, I think is like we're near a bottom, right? Or near a bottom, not the bottom. It could be a bottom. All right, so I'm probably not going to be really trading this sideways price action, but what is meant by the capitulation event exactly? I mean, as bad as you think it is right now, it could get worse, all right? So It could be a quick capitulation like we had here back in during COVID, or it could be a kind of long drawn out one like we had back in 2018, right, where it just consolidated for a while before really getting a capitulation event. All right, and usually that signals the bottom of a market. We'll see. Maybe this time it'll be different, right? Nothing is ever exactly the same, but it always seems to rhyme or repeat. But I will say that the cycles are getting quicker and quicker. One last flush to prove that the market is at a bottom is what I'm thinking might happen. And it would make sense that it happens towards the end of the year when the midterm elections are going on, when nobody's paying attention to markets, right? Get the capitulation event. Something like that. All right. Yeah, so nothing really conducive happening. Like I said, we could see some sideways price action, some more in this range before maybe breaking it or fake breaking in the range, before maybe like snapping back into the top of the range. So like maybe one more quick wick down to the bottom of the range here to trap the shorts and then squeeze the shorts is what I think might be in store. All right. I really think, I mean, I'm just speculating, but I think there's going to be something that goes down with stablecoin regulation towards the end of the year to really create a capitulation event, to really create lots of fear in the market. So I'm thinking something with Tether might go down. Because if something with Tether goes down, then all the markets are going to get really, really wrecked, right? And that's really the only way to create panic, man, is to create panic behind one of the biggest stable coins that all the trading is happening on. And that's Tether. So something like that, I think, is in store for this market. So, you know, it's good time to be paying attention what's happening, because yes, the price action's boring, but like, guys, if you're trying to become financially free or financially, you know, whatever the word might be, you want to be paying attention when nobody's paying attention, right? And it's gonna help you long term have an understanding of how to trade these markets. Because listen, man, all the markets end up doing the same thing eventually, right? Eventually, markets tend to go up, right? Even if we could see some sideways or bearish price action for a while, you know, where we do something like this, where we just continue on heading down and then eventually bottoming out. But eventually, you want to be buying towards these previous highs, or in the middle of those ranges. Like, it's not going to matter in 5 years from now if you're buying $30,000 Bitcoin, because, well, in 5 years from now, if we're going to speculate on Bitcoin being something that is around, it's probably going to be worth more money today than it is right now in 5 years, right? So just do the math, right? All right, I'm open to take some of your guys' suggestions for altcoins. If you guys want to look at some altcoins, I want to look at Bitcoin dominance real fast though, before we look at altcoins. So when Bitcoin dominance is ripping like this, it's going to be really, really difficult for altcoins to really rally, right? And so let's go to the weekly chart here and kind of map out some things here for the dominance. All right, so this was the beginning of the altcoin season back in December, and we're gonna get that fibbed out here. Oh, yeah, it's pretty clear we put a bottom in, right? We're closing above the 236 fib extension, and that's really all we need to know. So the bottom is in for Bitcoin dominance. Altcoins are probably going to continue their downtrends, especially if Bitcoin dominance is on the rise. Bitcoin can go up, can go down, can do whatever. It's Bitcoin, right? I don't think the altcoins are going to be as trading in tandem with Bitcoin if the dominance is going up. The dominance is going up. That means whenever Bitcoin makes a volatile move, it's going to really have a big effect on the price specific altcoin, right? So yeah, we'll look at ETH. Here you go. So ETH breaking the major long-term channel up. We're sitting right around the 200-day moving average here on the weekly chart for ETH. Okay, so yeah, this would be an area where you would think we might get some bids. It might be an area where you think we might see something positive for this asset. Problem is we did break this major support line here, and if Bitcoin really starts to reverse, yeah, maybe we could see some sort of action back up to retest this breakdown, and you know, maybe just have another leg down after that. Okay, and so that's what we're looking at right now. We're like sitting in the middle of the range on a Fibonacci area. Not really too much happening in this market right now, and that has a lot to do with what's happening with the S&P. All right, so yeah, look for this retest. This would be probably a good place to exit. Not financial advice. Selling into a rally, a bear market rally, is something that you want to be doing because we are in a bear market right now. Okay. If you're long-term holding ETH, which I am still holding some of my long-term position here. On these major legs down is when I will be adding to my positions. Okay, so if we do see $1,400 or $1,500 ETH, I will be starting to buy down here. Okay, and if we do see, you know, $800 ETH, I will be buying all the way down, guys. I mean, like, it doesn't make sense for me not to, because, well, I believe that Ethereum isn't going anywhere. Right? It's not, except for down for maybe right now, and that's fine, because that way I can pick up some cheap ETH, right? Do you guys really think that this thing is gonna go? Like last time we had a bear market correction, it was from candle body to candle, it was a 91% move down. So what's 91%? I mean, that's putting us right at almost $500, right? So I would say anything below like $1,000 for ETH is probably in the buy zone, man. Like what do you want to do? You want to wait for the bottom? I mean, in theory, yeah, but you guys know how that goes. You're never going to time the exact bottom. So just look for the major levels of support, right, on the monthly chart. So, you know, you have your candle body high here, right around that $1,100 area. That's probably going to be a really big bounce area. There's nothing really here in terms of support until about this. I wouldn't even call this wick support, really. So really, there's no real candle body support until about 1100. This asset went straight down, right? Or went straight up, so it's going to come straight down when it does come down. So the outlook here is still bearish, unfortunately. You know, I think as soon as USDT dominance gets up to about this 9.5% area, I think that's when we're going to be getting close to, if not the bottom, because this happens to be the top of this channel, right? And you don't want to be shorting, you know, Bitcoin up here. This is when you want to be buying Bitcoin, because this is probably going to come back down, right? And like eventually maybe just trading this channel long term, right? So yeah, we can check the DXY, but it's probably closed right now. Markets are closed. DXY is, I guess, futures are still trading. So yeah, we're just starting this is the scary part, man. I will say that this is the scary part. So the DXY is just in the middle right now of these Fibonacci levels, okay? And we made this double bottom, right? And this was a falling wedge break. We got the break here back in 2016. Got the breakout, the back test in the rally. We made a double top. This was coronavirus. Came down, made a double bottom. So we made a double bottom here. The dollar rallying, right? And would make a lot of sense, according to Bukowski, right? The golden mean ratio for the wedges is anywhere between the 382 and the 618. We could get reversal. Well, clearly, we're above the 382 fib extension right now, And it would make a lot of sense for us to go test this 107.66 area, which obviously would continue to devastate the market. So we're going to see ebbs and flows, though. It's not going to be a 100% correlation, but overall, you guys should know that this thing made a higher high, right? And it's coming back down. It came back down to retest this support area here. And it looks like it's just holding this level right now. And we could just make a cup and continue, right? And the consolidation down here could cause the stock market to go up briefly, the Bitcoin markets to go up briefly while this is happening, while the dollar is coming back off, right? So I'm really waiting for the DXY to get to these major fib extensions to maybe really put in some long-term buying, okay? And that's what you kind of probably should be paying attention to. It's not going to be 100% correlated ever. There's going to be days where the DXY is dumping, but the market's dumping also, right? All depends on what the Fed is going to do with the rate hikes. Yeah, well, we know that they're going to have to raise the rates to control the inflation, right? So the narrative is still that. Like, here's your 3-month outlook. Here you go. You got a low and a lower low on the DXY with a low and a higher low on price. Okay, that is classic bullish divergence here on the 3-month time scale. The DXY is going higher in the next 3 months. All right, it's very clear. The chart is telling us this. All right, and you're in a 3-month squeeze, man. I mean, here, the monthly triggered long, right? There you go. So just be aware of what's happening, guys. This isn't really bullish for the markets. All right. Like I said, we could see some short-term moves up and some liquidity grabs before we go further down. But ultimately, here's your 3-month. Look at this candle. This looks nasty, doesn't it? So you put in a hanging man candle here, and you got follow through to the downside. And yeah, I mean, it's really simple, right? So the 3-month, there really is no candle body support till $748 for ETH. All right. I'm going to set an alert there. How can you trade the DXY? Yeah, you can trade the DXY. It's 4x, dude. Have fun. Yeah, these markets are not fun right now, unfortunately. It's not all that pump stuff we were used to, right? So yeah, just hang in there, guys. We are coming out with some new products, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. The SAR version 5 is going to be a big deal. All right. And the complete automation we already have with the trading bots is you can ask Toe. How is the automation going with the bots, Toe? I'm personally not running anything right now. I'm just kind of chilling and watching this market do whatever it's going to be doing. But Toe's been actively trading with the bots. So we're right at a supply line right now. We're in a squeeze also. But we are showing some bearish divergence here on the 4-hour. Does look like some rising wedge stuff here on the 3 or 4 hour chart. So just be careful with that. If you're in some long trades, just be careful. Started triggering on the 3 hour here. Hex. Oof. All right, so yeah, I mean we're holding the 618 fib extension here for Hex. All right, we got this nasty capitulation wick here. It looks like you're holding this level here, maybe as a support for now. Got a 30% candle here the other day. It looks like so. Yeah, I mean you hold this long enough, you could come back up to test 11 cents. Why not? And this could be one of these nasty, you know, wedges. They dip and then they rip back into the wedge type of pattern. That could happen. All depends on what Bitcoin ends up doing. If it breaks up or breaks down further here. So, see what the weekly chart looks like here on Hex. Yeah, starting to build that negative momentum again, unfortunately. It's not looking too good just yet on Hex, to be honest. I mean, you could be maybe short-term bottoming or something, but you could maybe make a run back up to test 10 cents. You know, your next resistance area, right after getting some sort of bounce here. All right, Chris. Hopefully that's helpful. It's tough to be bullish on this market right now. Even after seeing some of these assets get annihilated already. I mean, maybe some of them putting in short-term bottoms, but yeah, Terra is definitely trading right now. It's back up here, guys. Oh man, what a shit coin. Yeah. I have nothing to say about this coin. It's garbage. Hopefully it really makes a run, man. I mean, for all those people that got stuck in it like me. Got stuck holding some UST. It wasn't fun. Anywho, what else you guys got? Anything else? Some volume coming in on this coin. I have no idea what this coin does, but interesting. Be a nice swing trade on this one. You guys are awfully quiet tonight. Solana? Yeah, sure. Let's take a look at it. So yeah, we definitely got that that move down, right? Yeah, we'll check near an HNT, sure. So supply line still being respected here for Solana, even though I mean, listen, man, I think I called a short out on this thing at like $48 the other day. We got this nasty breakdown. I think everyone that took that trade made money, right? Let's see some ones in the chat for that. So we're coming back up and trying to reclaim this support area here for Sol. So we'll see how that goes. We put in a nice little doji candle, which could be a reversal back up, right? Again, you're going to come up to test $46, $47. You know, if you really get a nice push up, you could be looking to test 54. But I think in time, man, ultimately, like, even after this BS rally we get here, we could see $20 eventually for Solana, right? Which is this area down here. Because this is still in a downtrend, right? So, you know, even if we do get some short-term rally or some short-term move up, I still ultimately believe we're gonna go down to that, you know, that 50% retrace area. Because why would you want to buy it up here if you can get it much cheaper, right? Like if you can get Solana down here at $9, wouldn't you want that instead of paying 50 or 80? Come on, of course. But yeah, I mean the daily is also showing some divergence, right? We have a low and a higher low on the RSI with a low and a lower low on price, right? So there is some daily bull div there that could play out on the RSI. Stochastics pointing back up, volume kind of receding here, which may be implying that we see a nice little pump back up for Solana, okay? Right, so we made a lower low on price with a higher low on the relative strength index, which to me is a sign of probably some sort of relief, that we're looking to see some sort of relief on this asset. It's been pretty beaten up. All right, so that's Solana. We're gonna look at Near. So Near breaking the supply line or demand line on the long-term chart here. Pretty clearly breaking it. So broke down out of this pennant. This pennant was a yeah, man, a 58% move down. Holy shit. 58%. So ultimately, we're looking at $3 for this asset. And we close right at the fib here. So if we start rejecting this fib, well, you guys already know. You know, we could see, you know, 460, right? Looking left. Let's look left in the chart, right? So, let's see. I'm not saying we're going to see continued move down. It really depends on what Bitcoin does, but I mean, you triggered a short, right? You triggered shorts here on this. Well, I guess it didn't trigger yet on the H8 candles, but it definitely triggered here on regular candles. So this could be again though, you're like below 45 on the weekly RSI. This could be long-term accumulation areas for this asset. I'm personally not buying this one, but if you like this project, you know, you could be looking at some retests of previous lows. Right, you're really pretty much at one right now. You break this level here, you're going to come straight down to 330, which makes sense after this pennant being broken, right? So there's your Near. I think we're looking at longer term moves down. In the short term, we could see some sort of relief to backtest this area, right? Backtest like 680 or something if we really get some price action to support that move. But right now, Bitcoin dominance, with Bitcoin dominance going up, I think altcoins are still going to get decimated longer term, over the next 6 months. That is. All right, short term, maybe we could see some short term moves up. Sure. All right, so HNT. Yeah, rising wedge stuff, man. There it is. We got the rising wedge. I mean, ultimately, we come down to the bottom of the wedge. 80 cents? I don't know, man. That'd be pretty brutal, but, you know, at least the $2 area, right, where you had this rally come in from. Really young asset, so I have no idea what this is going to do. But, yeah, why not? 786, 886, these are value areas, right? Down here. Ultimately, eventually. Just gotta be patient, man. Gotta be patient for this type of stuff. Do I like Link as a project long term? Yeah, I like Link. I used to own Link. I think sticking to like the major L1s, man, like ETH, Solana, AVAX, you know, I think the long term, yeah, I mean, Chainlink is an Oracle, right? So Oracle network isn't going anywhere, right? But yeah, I mean, here a Link, I mean, broke a long-term channel up. It was in this channel for so long, man. I even sold it up here. I got out of all my Link up here. I didn't sell the top. I sold it before it broke down out of this major channel up. Right, I bought Link down here at 90 cents in 2019 and rode it all the way to $30. All right, I didn't sell the top. Did not sell the top. And this doesn't look good, man. You broke some major Fibonacci levels here. You're starting to maybe show some divergence, man. I don't know. It just doesn't look too good. Just really doesn't look good. Nothing looks good. So if we do get a move up, it could be a move back up to test the Fib 770. It could even be a move back up to test this resistance now, which is 9.25, or even back up to $12. Maybe we go back up to test $12. I mean, imagine that, right? Sure. And then just get rejected and just continue its move down to $2 maybe, or this consolidation range here. This is a big range. I spent a lot of time consolidating here, so maybe this is the area you want to be buying long term. I'm not liking anything in this market right now. I mean, wow. You see that 6-month candle, man? That is a doji reversal candle. That is nasty. Nasty. There's no real support on Link till about $3.50. Okay. This consolidation range I was talking about. Let's set some alerts up here. Top and bottom of that range. Why not? All right, guys, girls. Wait for some oscillators to reset before really looking for short trades. I would say sitting out of this market is not a bad idea. Just sit on your cash and wait for opportunities. Yeah, man, maybe a bottom, right? Maybe a test. 360 maybe for this asset. It's tough to be bullish, man. Tough to be bullish. And it's definitely a bear flag. Alright. Man, why didn't she try to break back into this channel? Didn't even do it. Couldn't even do it. Alright. What else you guys got? I was looking at sand. What's this thing doing? Yeah. I mean, this one, put out a TikTok video on this one. You guys should go check that out. Bear flag, right? Still in the flag. That's a high and tight flag, man. So, or low and tight flag, I should say. This doesn't look too good, even though you did get a cross up here. I don't know, man. This market's just... really low volume on this asset right now. This one will be fun to short if it does break down though, because it's got a long ways to go down, man. Like, we'll see you at 50 cents, man. We'll see you there once you break this range here, man. Like, why would this go back up? Like, why? Unless Bitcoin goes back up. Why would this go back up? Who is buying sand right now? Any of you guys buying this asset? Probably not, right? Oh, man. It's like that GMT coin. Remember that one? That one got smoked, too. Who's buying this shit coin? Nobody. Bear flag, broke it. Now coming back up to test this range again. Nothing really here. Nothing really here. Right? It literally came down to test this this wick low. No reason why this thing doesn't go to like 15 cents, really. This coin doesn't produce anything of value in this world. None of these coins do. So, good luck. Good luck owning these right now. I wouldn't want to own these coins. Not right now. Alright, guys. Just err on the side of caution. Trading them is fine, right? Just make sure you guys have a plan for your trade. Alright. And honestly, this one's probably a good short setup. If Bitcoin really starts to break down, this is going to break down. Right? Right, it's all speculation, 100%. And so we already covered ETH, man, but nothing really to talk about here. ETH probably gonna head its way further down. Right, $600 is maybe the target ultimately. All right. TZ Algo ETC bounced. Oh, we can take a look at them. You want to call these bounces? Sure. That looks like a nasty weekly doji. Doesn't look good. That's not a good candle. You don't want to see that. It's an indecision candle. Which, yeah, they're making higher lows on the wicks right now, but I don't know, bro. It doesn't look good. Broke a long-term channel up. Algorand, let's take a look at it. Also, not looking too hot down here at 37.80. Sitting at a 382 fib extension. You know, you start breaking this, you're looking at maybe testing 22 cents and then testing the bottom, and then nothing good. Nothing good with these assets right here. Ethereum Classic. Pennant broke down this. I had this movement up because maybe we were going to keep ripping, but that didn't happen. So, yeah, I mean, just going to end up following what Bitcoin does and what Ethereum does, right? This asset here. So, nothing good right now. Could we come up and test this? Sure, we can come up and test this. And maybe eventually, you know, maybe one more capitulation event and then we get a move up. Who knows? Something like that. But nothing good, man. Nothing good's gonna come of this right now. So. Unfortunately, I don't have any good news for us. Not right this moment. What else you guys on? Pax G. Not a lot of volume on Pax, man. But you could just trade the gold, man. Gold futures if you want, man. Gold's still hanging in there, man. Holding a long-term demand line, but this doesn't look too good, man. Like, you know, high and a lower high so far. Just this kind of looks like double top stuff, man. I don't know, but hasn't broke the bottom yet. Not confirmed on that. You know, some could argue that this is a cup pattern. Man, maybe. Just really needs to really hold and break out of this level to like really work itself out. Aside from that, I don't know. All right. Good luck, have fun, coin. Worthless. FTM, sure. Right, this was breached. Long-term channel up breached, right? Bear flag. I mean, it's nothing good here, man. Nothing good. You know, you could be looking long term. Could be looking at 786 or 886 fib extensions. You got a shoulder ahead, and you might come up to make a right shoulder, right? And then a real dumpola. Something like this, man, really would make a lot of sense for do something like that. Trap everybody in this coin right here. Right, and you have this major neckline here. So you're holding it for now? But you guys see this, right? Like, this is what looks like it's forming to me. It looks very bearish. Looks very, very bearish. Like, it hasn't done it yet. But, like, we're going to go up to make this right shoulder now. You guys see it now? Something like this could transpire, okay? Mina protocol? I mean, there's nothing to look at here. It's literally straight down, man. Not enough chart data for me to really give you anything to look at. Nothing to look at here. Looks like garbage. Looks like I wouldn't want to put my money into it at all. Dude, it may not even do it. Just looks so shitty. It looks so shitty, man. Like I don't even know, bro. Like this to me doesn't even look like it's gonna even get a fucking shoulder. It just looks so shitty. Like this does not look good, man. Here you go. You broke this trend line. You're bearishly consolidating here right now. Like this doesn't look good, man. This looks really bad. This looks bad. Call this whatever you want, man. This looks like a classic bear flag. Even if you do come up, man, make a lower high, dude, you're just gonna get wrecked, man. This doesn't look good. Looks bad. Yeah, nothing on this chart is screaming to me like accumulation or anything. Bitcoin, you can see some accumulation happening, but the only thing I don't like about this either is when you have stuff like this happening, you get rounding, it's trying to maybe make some sort of accumulation down here, but I don't know yet. It's not very clear just yet. I mean, yeah, you broke this supply line here. You got through it today, but you're still looking. I did look at Solana already, man. Yeah, I did. You still haven't broke this trading range, right? You still haven't really shown signs of that. You know, you could come up to test these lower highs, sure. I mean, but ultimately, man, this doesn't really look too good. Doesn't look good. Nothing about this looks good. This doesn't look like we want to be buying this asset right now. You know, if you're just throwing money into this market and you want to long-term buy Bitcoin, sure, fine. But like, I wouldn't be buying all coins right now. I wouldn't be buying any of these coins. They're all just gonna get wrecked, man. Like, just wait for some more clarity on this market, right? Like, yeah, we're sitting at like right above the weekly 200-day moving average, around 25,000. Sure. We're sitting above it, man. Yeah, we're sitting above it, man. But I don't know, bro. Like, after you get white candles, what do you get, dudes? You should get oversold white candles to the downside, right? Yeah, let's wait for those oversold white candles, man. Like, did we ever get those? I don't know if we ever got them on Bitcoin, right? Let's see. We ever get any oversold white candles? It always seems like we just get oversold, overbought, or overbought candles. Yeah, maybe not, man. I don't know. But Bitcoin never comes back down to test its previous all-time high. Maybe this time it will. And then you have this area here. It's not going to go down to 11, but... And if it does, that's a major opportunity. All right? I kind of want to take a trade on this sand coin, man. Anybody want to short this thing with me? Hidden bearish divergence coming in. Just kind of just bearishly consolidating here. It doesn't look good. Looks like shit. Can you guys still hear me? It says the current video is interlaced. I don't know what that means. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm here. Oh. See what Bitcoin's doing right here. What do you mean you've lost money on it? That's not good. No, don't emotionally trade, man. If there's a trade, then you take the trade. So like right now, you can see we have 4-hour hidden bearish divergence on this asset. You can see the only thing that, you know, we haven't confirmed yet. Oh, well, yeah, the 15-minute is crossing back down. So the daily's coming up, but we'll see if we can get a short-term scalp on this. We're sitting below the 200-day or the 200 period on the hourly, and to me, this doesn't look good. Looks like it's been testing the support for a while, and I mean, it's going to depend on what Bitcoin does ultimately, right? If Bitcoin just decides that it wants to just rip up right now, well, the sand short is probably not going to work out. But the fact of the matter is, it's been testing this like 130 area for a while. It looks to me like bear flag stuff, not bullish stuff, looks bearish stuff. Okay, so I mean, listen, man, you know, you take your trade with caution, of course, always, right? You don't want to take a trade if you're not comfortable taking a trade, and so that's really it. I mean, I think it's worth, yeah. I mean, I think it's worth taking a trade, at least to down at the support area again. Like if this thing just continues to make higher lows again, then yeah, I mean, maybe we just stop trying to short it. But you just put another hourly bearish engulfing candle in. I mean, yeah, you might see some downside on this thing. Right, it's still technically holding this this area here for now, but the fact of the matter is it doesn't look too good. It's still holding this demand line though, and after you, in my experience, when you make these curved structures like this, these usually break down, not up. But let's see, just be patient. And it looks like we started triggering short on the hourly, right? Bitcoin going up or down. I mean, it's at a supply line, man. I don't... It bounced off this 28.3 area, right? A couple days ago. It's been kind of just trending up for now. But every single time we get to this 128 on the hourly, it looks like we get some rejection on the hourly anyway. And the 4-hour, coming up to the 4-hour 50 period here, or we can flirt with this for a little bit. Yeah, we'll see, man. I don't know. Looks like some compression happening here. I think if it does get rejection, it's going to be a nasty one down, okay? As it's just consolidating here. And this is like, you know, doing this type of shit. Like, I don't know, man. Rejecting bullish territory on the hourly. Not really doing anything bullish, man. Just chopping around, doing a bunch of nothing. Sitting below the hourly moving average too. Looks like a good short spot. find out here shortly. I'll sit through this trade with you guys. I have an entry around 129, 129.8. I don't know. This entry is not too good, but whatever. Let's see how this goes. And we'll set a stop really right at the top of this range here, around 132. So if it does start to rally, we can get out of our trade because that means we probably go back up to test the top of the range, which means Bitcoin's probably rallying or going up or something. So we'll see how this goes. I think it's in a good spot to take a short because we're still hovering below the moving average here, and we just put a nice bearish engulfing candle in on the hourly. And if we do start to break, we could get a significant move down, eventually breaking this support, right? And like we've seen this happen many times, we get bounces off supports for a bit until they can't really sustain anymore, right? So there's only so much sustaining of support this is going to hold or last until. So I think ultimately it does break down, but it would really help if Bitcoin decided to start moving down as well. That would really cascade the TA here in terms of helping this trade out. But it does look like we're at an area where we could see movement down. Okay. And yeah, we're in this range, so we're towards the middle of it, right? Which isn't the best place to take a trade, but we could see it. We could see it, especially with this hidden bearish divergence coming in here on the 4-hour. It could take a couple hours for this to play out, but we could oscillate down right now, is what I'm looking at. All right. Get some ones in the chat if you guys like the trade setup here. Smash the like button if you guys haven't done so already, and we'll keep you guys updated on this trade setup as things progress here for sand. All right. So yeah, rising wedge stuff happening here on the RSI and the hourly, and the 4-hour. The 4-hour is not really showing that, but sitting around 48 on the 4-hour. Volume kind of receding here, so we could be, well, hopefully. We're seeing a movement down, not oscillate up, but we did get some confirmation on the 4-hour there, right? So we'll see how this plays out. And could be in this one for a bit. It's just chopping. So. See how this daily looking. And the weekly certainly didn't close good and isn't opening good, so that's good for us. We obviously have lots of time for that, but yeah, I mean, lots of wicks. Two-day candle, technically a bearish candle, right? I would still say that this is quite in a bear flag. I think down is the way to go here, man. I think it's just gonna break this and break down to like $1.16 or something, like this is gonna have a nasty move down. Nah, it's not gonna be good. When it does break, it's gonna be pretty epic for us people that took shorts here. All right, this one hasn't done it yet, but if it starts to, it's going to be a good one. Hourly pointing down here on the oscillator for Bitcoin. Doesn't really mean much, I guess, on the hourly, but the 4 hour looking like it's topped out. Yeah, Joe, you have a great night, man. We'll chat to you soon, all right, guys? We're still in this trade. We're probably gonna stay in this trade here for a bit. I will keep you guys updated in the Discord, so make sure, if you guys haven't done so, make sure you guys join the Discord. That link is in the description below. Check out the alert service. That's where we do post live trades, such as these that we just took here on stream tonight. If you guys enjoyed the content, of course, make sure you guys smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel, and tick the little bell, and we'll catch you guys in the next stream. Make sure you guys stay tuned, all right? We're going to be coming out with SAR version 5. Stay tuned for that. You guys have a wonderful rest of your holiday weekend here, and we'll catch you guys